Alright, hello people, hello. Let me switch over to my main screen so I can see what's going on. That would be great. Hey RJ, how you doing? There we are. It's the right screen. Indeed it is. I've been thinking a lot about the news today, and I've got lots of theories, lots of ideas, lots of just generic thoughts, I suppose. But first, of course, we are back in Scarlet today. Hopefully we can get some nice new shinies. I don't seem to have any good outbreaks. Bar, maybe one. Depends if you'd say this is a good outbreak or not. We'll see if I come to that. However, I am going to start. I think I'd quite like to finish the Score Bunny line, so that's why I'm going to start today. You think it's an April Fool's prank? Well, I don't think so, unfortunately. I say unfortunately. If it's an April Fool's prank, I hope it's because there's more to show. I'm very happy with what has come out. I was just shocked. I was very taken aback. I was not expecting it at all. Oh, this is sad Gen 5 music. The music knows for all the Gen 5 fans out there. I mean, sure. I mean, if you want to believe that, but what do you genuinely think though? Like as a whole, how do you feel about Legends Z to A, ZA, ZA? I don't know how to pronounce it. How do you feel that like as a whole? Because for me, I think there's real promise. I really do. Hiya Now, how's it going? And I sort of understand to an extent why they've done Gen 6, I think. Yeah, I mean, I think we can all appreciate that at least we got something. It could have been a lot worse, and they've just gone, not told us enough information, you know. I mean, I think there's a lot to discuss, really. Obviously, things will become clearer as we get more information over the next year or so. But I think ultimately, I think this is going to be really important for defining the Legends series, as it were. Is this where I start? I can't remember if this is where I start. Yeah, it is. What do I think the starters are going to be? Well, I think the important question is first of all, we've got a second Legends game, so it comes down to now whether we think we're going to be getting multiple Legends games. Is it just a sequel? Is it part of a series now? Is it a case where they're all very similar? Because all we've actually got between these two games is the similarity that they're both a Legends game, right? Like, what does that mean? Because I think one of the things that I questioned for a long time, as to whether... Hold on, let me look up this sandwich. As to whether if we were going to get another one, was the concept of what Legends is, right? Because obviously the big thing for the first game was obviously the you know, filling out the first Pokédex. And trying to do that again, I think, would be something that would be potentially a bit tiresome, but also just something that a lot of people, like Game Freak, would think, nah, this isn't really the right thing to do. And I think as a result, it was kind of a case of like, are they going to do it or not? As I said, I don't think it'll be anything like that. I think it'll be completely different because ultimately, we're just connecting via that title. We're just connecting via the Legends title. It could be, you know, the Legends theme could simply be, it's just set in the past. Or it could simply be just a different timeline to when we usually play the games. Or even simpler, it could just be not the very basic layout of a normal Pokemon game, aka not you go to do the 8 gyms and then fight the Elite Four. It could just be something like that. Right? We don't know what this Legend, which is why I think once everything's over, once we've played the whole game and everything's through 2026, we'll get a much better understanding of the sort of how the series is going to go on from there. So, you know, I'm sure we'll get starters, you know, that aren't from the region, I think. But it's really interesting to see how we go. And for me, if I had to choose, it wouldn't, you know, because let's say that the starters get megas, right? Let's say that they get megas. If we're going off of that, then it won't be Gen 1 or Gen 3 because they've already got them. For Fire, it won't be Gen 2 because we've just had Typhlosion get a form. And then I think for any of them it won't be Gen 6 as well because that will be the game it's in, and obviously the Gen 4 starters weren't the starters for Gen 4. Again, sort of assumptions. So for me, I think it should either be Chimchar or Tepig. For Grass, I think it should be Snivy. And for Water, I think it should be Piplup, personally. Only because I know they're all similar generations. I think ideally Piplup and Snivy fit it really well. Sort of the requirements for Mega, as it were. And then I think Fennekin does next. But obviously it's Gen 6. So then maybe it goes to somewhere else. I don't know. That's the one I'm unsure on, really. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, they're not on the decks. That's why. Arceus was the first Pokedex. No, definitely not. They're not gonna suddenly finish. That's one thing that I'm 100% sure on. But I said there's so many different ways to like view it because we can see it like, as I said, as a sequel, as a similar game, or literally just as a, you know, it's just not your typical mainline game, and that's it, you know. Which is I think what makes it so interesting, and you wondering about how they're going to do it and what's going to happen. That's because, you know, I mean, first of all, obviously we are getting Megas back. Are we going to get new Megas? Probably. But what new Megas? You know, there's so many different questions to be asked, I think. I mean, I think as well, another like really important thing is to consider is it could just be a straight up sequel, because realistically, like the trailer we got, it's almost like it's blueprints, right? As in they're going to be making it, but redevelopment is sort of redoing, so it's hard to tell. But if that is a case, I mean, the character from Legends Arceus is Gen 6, at least from the shirt that we start off with. So, you know, it could literally be a straight up continuation from Legends Arceus. You don't know. And maybe this is we're going through all the regions back in time. So Arceus took us there at the start, and then we continue on doing this region by region. You know, but as I said, there's just so many different possibilities because we have absolutely no idea how connected these games are, and I think that's the main thing to think about is how connected they are, because all we've got is that title. We've literally got the title. That's the only connection. We can't really, you know, expect or think we're going to get anything until we have any idea what those sort of similarities are, at least, I think. Because obviously said, so much of the stuff revolved around Arceus, which obviously won't be, you know, Zygarde's going to be the main focus here. You know, completely different story. And the fact that it's obviously a Legends game so it's not going to be the same idea, you know. It's unlikely we'll see Lysander, maybe we'll see relatives, who knows. But I said it's all going to just come down to sort of what that actual format is of a Legends game, what they view as a Legends game, you know. Yeah, they could do loads of things. Well, no, the US Civil War wouldn't be Galar, because Civil War is your own country, so that would just be Unova, if that was the case. But I feel like that's unlikely to happen. But it's just how we define Legends. There's so many ways they go about it, because Game Freak will have, and the Pokemon Company will have their way of set out. Independence, yeah, I suppose. They'll have their way of set out of going, oh yeah, this is what we see as a Legends game, right? Because to them, it literally just could be, okay, we're just doing Gen 6, but we're not doing the same story. We're just doing it in the past, or we're just doing it different. Like, how they define that, you know, it's all up to them. We don't know. So as I said, I think it's going to be really interesting to see where they could go with this, because I don't think it will necessarily go the lot of way that people expect. You know, it's just, I don't know, there's so many possibilities, and obviously once it comes to that, there will only be the one, you know, of what's actually happening. But it's certainly fun to speculate about, and it's going to be interesting to see, I think, the sort of the slate of release of information about the game as well, because you know we're at least a year away from the game, or pretty much. I doubt it's going to be under a year. Maybe it's a January release, who knows? But I think ultimately it's most likely being concealed just because it's a thing of we're not entirely sure what day yet. But I doubt it would be the start. I feel like that we're too near to the start. If it was the start of 2025, they'd have a date. I feel like. So I don't know, but ultimately we don't know when we're going to get more information. Sort of any, because we haven't seen, mind you, we haven't seen any gameplay. That's the other important thing. Absolutely nothing. Whereas when we got, yeah, Pukamuke is a bit annoying. When we got the Scarlet and Violet release trailer, we saw the starters straight up for Gen 9, and then straight away we saw just a little bit of the region, a little bit the inside of, you know, what might be happening. Same with Legends Arceus. We got a bit of an insight into the gameplay. We have nothing on this. We've literally seen a gameplay is not what's shown visual, and they've shown us like probably the map where exactly where we'll be going, and then that's it. We have nothing on gameplay at all. So as I said, I think it's going to be really interesting to see what they actually do with it and what's going to happen, because we have no idea. Especially as well, I mean, have you guys obviously seen that Nintendo America tweeted out saying it entirely set in Lumio City, right? So it's not just it's not all of Kalos, which a lot of people, I think it's getting real mixed reactions, because a lot of people are like, oh, it's a city-based game, that's great. A lot of people will be like, oh, we're missing out on all these other places. I think one thing, obviously Lumio City will be much, much, much bigger. I mean, think like GTA sort of thing. That is just one city. And you think, you know, how popular that game is and how well it's done. Well, yeah, so with the materials dropped and the tweets, it is going to be just Lumios, yeah. So, obviously, it's not like it can't fail. As I said, look at GTA, Persona, they're all city-based games, and, you know, they're very, very popular. The ultimate question is going to come down to how we're catching these Pokemon. You know, is it just in the street? Is there going to be parks or maybe underground tunnels, like catacombs like they have in France, especially if it's set, you know, in the past? Which is why I think ultimately we can't really judge anything until we actually get any gameplay at all, because until we see how you catch Pokemon, we have no idea. Like, I have absolutely no idea how it's going to work. Hi, Zero V. What if it's like Cyberpunk? I mean, it depends what you mean by like Cyberpunk. If you mean with guns and stuff, I think that's unlikely. If you mean in terms of like the open city, I think that's very likely. Being entirely in Lumios, I think is going to be a really interesting concept. The only question is, as a game, I think it'll be great, and that's really cool. But then how you catch Pokemon? This is what I mean. Like, all expectations, we can't really expect anything, because the Legends title, that is the only connection between this game and Arceus, right? We have no idea how similar they are. We don't know if it's a sequel. We don't know if it's just part of a series. We don't know if it's just a two-part thing. We have no idea, realistically, how much of a connection there is, other than being, you know, Legends could literally just mean not 8 gyms and an Elite Four, you know? Maybe in the future, Pokemon don't exist because humans killed them off. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like that, funnily enough. I think one important thing to notice, as I said, a lot of people sort of speculated, which is why Celebi was quite a popular, Legend Celebi was quite a popular concept, is that it is going to be a future game. And I'm not even sure that's necessarily the case. Because a lot of people are like, oh, it looks futuristic, but it actually looks a lot more like Blueprints, the sort of trailer we saw for like actually building the city, and it's almost like we're going to be getting it to its current stage, or but as I said, it could, you know, or we're rebuilding it after as well, again, because it does say redevelopment plan. It could be before, it could be after. As I said, it could be a sequel straight away to Arceus. It could be set very soon. You could literally, it could be a case of we're actually getting different Pokemon games that are actually connected in a way, and that they are genuinely follow on, like you play the same person, you are the same character, you know, you've caught Arceus and now you're going to the, you know, Lumio City. It could all be connected, it could not be at all, you know. It's really hard to have any concrete ideas, I think, which is sort of what makes the speculating so interesting. And I'm very excited to see what comes. But yeah, we have no idea, absolutely no clue. Yes, if both people, if they said that was, with their thing of, oh, they live, in coexistence, which is great, and said it would be great for the actual story and if they actually make it a good game. But then, obviously, a big feature of PLA was that you had these open areas where you could catch all these Pokemon. And, if there's one thing we can say is going to stay in a Pokemon game, it's going to be the catching of the Pokemon. So how does that work if everyone, if we're already in a position where everyone's just like chilling and that's not really a common thing, to warm up the villagers up to the idea of befriending Pokemon. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, maybe. As I said, it's hard to say because outside of the very base concepts that are in every single Pokemon game, they can't do too much too similar, because that's why I wasn't sure we'd ever get a second Legends, because how I viewed Legends was this past, collecting Pokedex, whatever. And that's too difficult to do again without just being repetitive, I think. So you said Legends, literally the title could just be, we're just not your very typical standard layout of a Pokemon game. It could mean stuff in the past. It could just mean, doing something outside of the usual or the norm. And we don't know what Legends is defined as. Game Freak and the Pokemon Company are the only people who do know this. So having an idea, I think once we get through this entire game, like once we're like 2026, we'll have a real solid idea of what the Legend series is, and probably if we get more, As I think it's very interesting to see what they could bring with that, I guess. I'm very interested to see how that works and what it is, because, of course there will be some similarities, I imagine, but the length they go to of similarities, it could be very little, easily. Yeah, I mean, I understand why they do all the Kanto stuff, just because it's like the first one. It's a lot of nostalgia for older players, because you get a lot of adults now who are complaining, going, "Oh, all these new games are rubbish. Where's my Rhydon, and all this stuff." So I get why they do it, but as I said, I'm just really interested because they have so much potential with this game. So much could happen. If they really do make sort of a Legend series of just kind of peculiar, different sort of challenges, more like, instead of a Pokemon game, the Legend series are more like games with Pokemon in it, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's not just about your typical Pokemon mainline story of, the gym leaders, a villain, and the Elite Four, rather than instead actually being this whole concept of a game, just Pokemon intertwined. Yeah, go for the shiny luck. I reckon you got some after the announcement today. I reckon you'll get loads. Yeah, I said it's all up to interpretation. The way I personally view it, I think right now, is I think it will be a series. The one thing I said though is the hardest thing about it is how do you come up with something unique and different enough to make a whole new game, because ultimately the changing of what Pokemon are available isn't going to be enough, at least in Game Freak's eyes, because most Pokemon fans, I'm sure, will just play this stuff anyway, no matter what it is. But they have to do something different. So it's coming up with those sort of core mechanics and change. Like, I think a really good example, you may have heard of it, may have not, is when I was younger, there's a game called Skylanders, very popular game, and its unique selling point was you had a like a portal thing. I'm sure some of you have played it, and you plug the portal in to your console, and then we had little toy figures which were basically like sort of scan on the bottom. You put them on the console and they teleport into the game. Really cool concept, massively, did really, really well. But obviously when it comes to repeating, is that Shiny Chimchar? Oh yes, let's go. I love Shiny Chimchar. Come on. Look at that, Shiny Chimchar. It's beautiful. And it's marked. Come on. Let's go. Oh, it's actually beautiful. I love Shiny Chimchar, man. I love Shiny Chimchar. 100% taking this one. Let's have a quick look at what moves it's got before I continue rambling on. It's such a nice shiny. I'm glad I've seen it now in Gen 9 because I always get like faked out by it. Okay, so it's level 64. It's Flamethrower, Slack Off, Fire Spin, and Acrobatics. Perfect. Alright, let's catch this then. But yeah, so with Skylanders, obviously its unique selling point was, you know, the portal. Then it did Giants, which not that different. But then it had its thing of the swap team. You swap the figures. Then you made your own ones. Yeah, the Imaginators, which I only learned about last night, funnily enough. But then they stopped because there's only a select amount, I think, unique ideas they can do, and I think Pokemon Legends is going to end up being in the same place in that there's a few ideas they've got, and it's how that they go on from there. But it does mean a few games. That's the sort of thing I expect, and I sort of feel like this is going to go. But as I said, we've all got hopes. We've all got interest, and I'm interested to see how they do that because, as I said, they can't just do the Pokedex again because it won't work. Not as well anyway. A lot of people would find that boring, and I don't think Game Freak would go, yeah, we can do that because it is a bit lazy ultimately. 5 away. What do you need still? Oh, the Union Circle. Trade Evos and Palafin. Yeah, I'm sure nothing can help. This Chimchar is absolutely destroying me, by the way. What the hell? Bugger. But yeah, as I said, I think there's so many different ways this can go, which is why it's so exciting. And it just really took me by surprise. Because not only does it really feel like they teased a lot of Gen 5, Gen 2 a bit as well, but really teased Gen 5. It just felt like it was coming. All the links, everyone was speculating. And then boom, Gen 6. Oh, yes, there we go. Didn't have to put it to sleep. I suppose I'd hit it on the back. Nice little Chimchar, let's go. And I do have Chimchar, and I have an Alpha Shiny Infernape. But I do not have a Monferno, so that is a new one, which is really nice. So I will change our previous to Monferno, because it isn't a phase. There we go. Make it a bit smaller. Shiny to stream. That is our first one. Very nice. And yeah, we can leave that there because our focus still is going to be another Score Bunny. Have you ever had a shiny alpha before? I think I've maybe got 5 or 6, and I've failed 2, but I've done a lot of hours in the game, so you know, like way too many. That's another point. Something like alphas, something unique to Legends Arceus. Is that unique to Legends Arceus or to Legends? Will we get more alpha Pokemon? You know, will that come back? You know, because I mean, wasn't it based off of like Arceus's Rage or something? I can't remember. So you know, there's so many ways they can go. We could get in new introductions. There's just so many things, and it's just I'm very interested and intrigued to see where they go with that ultimately. Okay, come on, I want that Cinderace, please. I'm surprised it was so short though, actually. I know obviously with the game coming out in 2025 that it does look like 2024 isn't really sort of a you know, mainstay series for mainline games at least, but obviously we got a few like mobile updates and then that was it. I'm surprised we didn't get anything else. Like, it was a really short really short presents, because I mean, when Scarlet and Violet, I know it was what's it called, it was about the same length video, and we definitely we did get some gameplay from that, or at least some what's it called, We just saw a bit of what the game looked like in game. You know, we saw the academy, Naranja Academy. We saw some just open areas. We saw some Pokemon flying about. You know, we got none of that. So they're really keeping it a secret. What Pokemon would you choose to be your partners if you lived in the Pokemon world? Oh God. Okay, are we talking, when you say, do you mean live literally in like one of the regions, or are you talking about having Pokemon in real life? Because Pokemon in real life causes a lot of issues. If it's just I can be a trainer and I could just pick, obviously I'm picking Rampardos. Like, without a doubt, Rampardos is staying with me forever, and that is that. Because they're not too tall. Right? Whereas if I said like Luke, imagine if I said Regigigas. Or, you know, Eternatus is scaled down in the games, but realistically, isn't it like, it's like 65 feet tall? So, you know, in real life you've got to go something maybe not so scary slash, I guess realistic. Because in real life, like Kyogre and Groudon, they're just going to destroy the world. You know, a lot of legendary slash mythicals are going to do that ultimately. I think if I had something in real life, maybe Bidoof, you know, that would be cute. A little Bidoof. That would be sweet. How long have we got left? 8.5 minutes, not too bad. Whew. Okay. 8.5 minutes to get a shiny Score Bunny. I'll be completing 2 fire lines in one sandwich, would be nice. Let's see the problem with the legendaries. Aren't we already doing that ourselves? Yeah, I mean, I guess, but maybe not as dramatic. I mean, because when you see some of the Pokedex entries, I mean, just a Pokemon such as Drifloon. Drifloon like goes and steals like little kids. Like, that alone is like, oh my god. Gorbis is just like absolute predator. You know, and you know, forget like Guzzlord and stuff, who would just, you know, absolutely destroy everything. Why on earth did you do that? If it was a taxi, I'll allow it, but outside of that, what are you doing? That was quite funny though, when we were talking about it, that the Gen 5 Driftvale City just suddenly turned on. Well, yeah, I know, but Drifloon just wander around and just start doing it in the company of other people, and can literally just do it all the time whenever they want. And that is one Pokemon. I said Eternatus is literally like 65 feet tall. It's massive. If it ever like was discovered, you know, it would just run. I mean, think about like what Palkia and Dialga have done, especially in like Legends. And you know, trying to like, or in BDSP, and you throw the, you know, or no, it was Legends. What one about where they just go crazy. Giratina is literally the devil, and some little kids walking around with it. It's mental. Yeah, but no one wants that as a partner. If you're just going to keep it in a ball, which is why I wouldn't do it. It's also just, you know, why it's a game and not real life. They're allowed to be a slightly unrealistic because it isn't real. One question that I do have actually off the back of the presents is what happens with Gen 5 now, right? Because Gen 2 having a Let's Go and a Legends, however they decide to do eventually. Ultimately, I think a lot of people saw it as, you know, they do the main games, then they have remakes, and then around Gen 7 we got our first another version of different type of game, not mainline. Well, it was mainline. It's just slightly different. Of Kanto, and we start again and start making our way up through Johto. But that might have literally just been a standalone thing. They've just decided to make another Kanto game because, you know, it's their original region, there's all of that. You know, there might not be any Johto game in the works for 20 years, ultimately. Whereas Gen 5, like, what actually happens with Gen 5 now? Do we get remakes and it's just after Legends ZA? Because the other thing, what they might be doing, they might need to, they might end up just releasing it like the next year, and they're working on both simultaneously. They just haven't revealed that because they don't need to yet, you know. Because I think it's unlikely we'll get the Legends game and then 2 years later or the year after that we suddenly get, you know, or a few years later we get the remake, you know. I know, but most of them technically did, and ultimately it doesn't. I don't think it so matters so much about it having a sequel. I think it matters about the time frame it was released, because they were literally like one after another. You know, same with Sun and Yusam. I would expect it to eventually get remakes just because they were one after another. You know, we got remakes of Diamond and Pearl. I think that's irrelevant. I think it's the time frame of when they were released. And I think it's very unlikely they don't do a Gen 5 remake, especially as it being one of the arguably best and most popular generations. But it's just interesting to see when they do that now. Because I feel like it's very unlikely they just skip a gen anyway. We've been getting, you know, we did Gen 3 in Auras, and then we did Gen 4 in Diamond and Pearl, in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And then they just go straight to Gen 6. Like, it just doesn't feel right, you know? I think it definitely does. I think a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Gen 5, you know, missed, but it's been saved. It can't be damaged. Let's go for Gen 6. Well, what do you mean? It could just they just could do the same thing, but Legends Kyurem, they just, you know, it's the same thing. They're still making a game. Just because it doesn't have Gen 5 in the title doesn't mean it's going to be good, or just because it has Gen 6 doesn't mean it's not going to be bad. You know, everyone's just worried about it becoming worse, but if it's just a remake, people enjoy it, ultimately. They do it normally. Because Unova is great. Yes, I did read your chat and I replied. Put DS games on the Switch like they do with the old Nintendo games. Yeah, I mean, I think it could genuinely be a feature of the Switch too, is being able to put, like, sort of like how you could put the Game Boy games in the DS, that you're able to put DS games in the Switch. The only thing is, obviously, the DS wasn't the last console, at least when that would come out. If they made if the Switch had been like that from the start, it'd make more sense. But we're going to be getting a second Switch, and DS is long gone by then. And, you know, with the 3DS as well, mind you. So that would be something I think would work, and it would at least, you know, they wouldn't put it online then. Then they'd start maybe selling copies again. Oh, I don't know how it would work, but I feel like that would be a good idea. Yeah, I don't think they're just going to put them straight up in Nintendo Online. I really don't. I just can't see it happening with such a big franchise. They'll do something with it. They'll make it so you can buy it, you know, within the thing. I don't think it'll just be straight up digital re-release, because Pokemon games aren't a thing of just, oh, they've got remastered or they've gone to a different console. They've always been part of Nintendo. They've always kind of been released sequentially, and then, you know, the remakes in an order. For them just to kind of just stick it out there, because I know a lot of people would want that, but realistically, every time they release content, it's either a new game or a new version of an old game, not just an old game stuck on a new console, you know? So it's that concept of being like, actually, what they're doing. I mean, I hope they're taking their time with Gen 5. I think it's unlikely they would just get rid of it. I think drumming up the hype for Legends, but then still releasing a Gen 5, I think is very doable. I'm just surprised we got it that way round. I would have assumed it would have been the other way round, but they do what they want, so how long we got left? It can't be long, right? Oh god. How long was that? Less than a minute. Oh, it was a delivery guy. Well, that's not too bad then. It's still a bit strange, but can you not just take give him money, like cash? Still seems quite odd. It sounds like an excuse a fake delivery driver would give. Okay, it doesn't look like we're going to get Score Bunny, but that's okay. We've got a shiny Chimchar. I'm not going to complain. I just realised the Pokeball outbreaks, they're already done, right? Did I miss them entirely? Did they go today? They did, right? Oh, actually, I'm not connected to the internet. Maybe I need to connect to the internet. Maybe they go tomorrow. Duro thank you for the follow. Let's connect to the internet and see if they're there. What do you mean he left you? Is he completely gone? Yeah, me too, to be honest. We need to find out now if we're connecting to the internet or not, if it's still there. Hey, Duro, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Okay, let's see if it's still there. I know it's today is the deadline, but I don't know if it's like midnight or if they're still there. Because we should probably do one of those. I would like to get Hisuian Voltorb in a luxury ball if they're still there. Are they there or not? We've still got the Tandemaus one. Yeah, not too bad. Just been talking about the new releases. Getting a shiny as well. Okay, Fungus is still here. Does that mean they're all still here? Are they in Paldea? Well, there's Voltorb. Where's Hisuian Voltorb? What? Where's Hisuian Voltorb? A random shiny Spoink? While egg catching. Oh, very nice. I like shiny Spoink. A nice gold. Okay, well, where is Hisuian Voltorb? Is it meant to be on a different map? Hold on. Where is Hisuian Voltorb? How do I do news? Where's the news section? Because oh, I'm just idiots plus. Okay. Nope, wrong one. That's the one we don't care about. It's time to celebrate Pokemon Day catching the result until Tuesday. Okay, when is that? 23:59 UTC. Oh, that is 12 tonight. Okay. Trainers, wait. Are more likely to appear these in special mass outbreaks, and lucky trainers might even encounter a mystery Pokemon. So I don't understand. Oh, are they? Is that so? They're not really going to be possible to be shiny hunted. They just might spawn. That's a bit dead. I mean, I'll go have a look at one of the outbreaks, I suppose. I thought they were going to have their own outbreak because I need them in a luxury ball, but if not, I guess that is what it is. We'll have a quick look. I suppose it means it doesn't give me pressure to try and catch one before the ends tonight. I don't have a... I mean, I am on Scarlet, but I don't have a Cramorant at the moment. I can probably go get one, though, if no one else has one. Where's this? Let's go to this Voltorb outbreak. So it says it's here. Do they just... I don't understand how you meant to get the Hisuian version. Let me have a look it up. How to get Hisuian Voltorb outbreaks. Okay, so someone doing it. Connect to the internet. Then go to a Oh. They're a rare outbreak. Oh, they are an outbreak. In that case, I think I'll reset. We'll get rid of the Tandemaus one. We'll reset until we get one then, because I would like to try and get one. Just because it's the only opportunity. Because I do have them, but I want them in luxury balls, and if this is the only opportunity, I'm not missing out on that. So are we just gonna get lots of both? We are, aren't we? Oh, question mark. That makes me feel like that might be Hisuian Voltorb. Let's go have a little look. I really hope I'm right with how Legends will be a series rather than necessarily just a straight up sequel. It's just coming up with those unique ideas, which is where the difficulty lies, I think. Okay, let's see. Is this going to be a Voltorb? Hopefully. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a Delibird. I'm so confused what that even was. Hold on, where's... Okay, it's here. Yeah, I said they're only around till... for the next 4 hours. So... Okay, yep, here we go. Hisuian Voltorb. So we'll just save. And they do have a slightly higher chance of being shiny, so... we'll do it quickly. I have all of them shiny, but... as I said, I don't have Hisuian Voltorb in a luxury ball, so that is what I'm going to try and get. I think I'm just going to let them explode, and that should count, I think, towards the counter. So that's 6, that's 7, that's 8, that's 9, that's 10, that should be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, oh bugger. Yeah, so I'm going to just let them do that, and then that should help clear the outbreak. So that was 16, 17, those two that are on the left there. See, slightly more might die than I can always see, but I've just got to try and keep track. So that's 18, 19, oh for God's sake, and that'll be 20 on the right once this one dies. Oh, but the one behind me hasn't died. Okay, I just need to not run into them, and we'll be fine. Okay, so that will now be 20. So 21, 22. Oh, for God's sake. That's 23 with the explosion on the left. Oh, it didn't die. Never mind. So we're on 22 then. Oh, this is so stupid. Need to not run into them. There we go. 22. 23. Oh, sorry, 24. 25. 26, 27. 28. 29 up top. That goes to 30. 31. 32. 33 and 34. Okay, yeah, this is very easy at least. 35 and 36. 37. 38, 39, 40. 41 and 42. 43, 44, 45. This one hasn't seen me. 46. 47. Well, make sure you can see it, because it's very annoying to see Solosis. Alright, that's 49. Cool, look how small that one is. 50 and 51. 52, 53. 54. 55. 56. 57, 58. 59 and 60. I mean, this isn't exactly an ideal place for an outbreak, I must admit, being on the edge over here. Because I think they can spawn below, but... oh well. Oh, nice job. Okay, so I'm going to save here. Oh, Copper Arge is nice. I've only got the Q-Fant is... Well, actually, no, I have 2 Q-Fants. But again, not the end of the world. Duros, you're new here. I have like a sort of half policies. I like to catch my shinies in luxury balls, and I also like to try and catch them as the form that they are. AKA catch a shiny Raboot and not a shiny Score Bunny. Obviously, that's not possible, but I would rather catch an Electrode than 2 Voltorbs, right? And so I always try to do that. Yes, I did save. We'll go electric here, because I don't think there's any other electrics on the mountain anyway. And then we need salty and spicy. Oh no, I've run out of salty. I'm going to have to not do rice drop. Hopefully we get these 2 quickly. They have got a better rate of being shiny. As I said, I do have both of these shiny, but with this only opportunity to get them in luxury balls, I've got to try. Oh, you're talking about Duro. I think he meant he found an... Wait, hold on, wait. You found a shiny? I thought you meant you found an outbreak. Oh no, don't tell me you found a shiny. You just found one killing random wild ones. Oh, you so meant a shiny. Oh my god, no. I misunderstood. Yeah, I need to do some more, to be honest. Oh no, wait, please, yeah, did you save? Oh no. My shiny Voltorb, like, I so nearly failed. My shiny Electrode was awesome though. I actually got, it's not on here. I can actually show it on the stream. You know what, I will bring it up quickly because I know exactly where it is. Have a look at this. So when I got my shiny Voltorb, so if we go to my organisation, which is actually not too bad in here. Shiny Electrode, where is it? Here we are. Have a look at this. Notice anything about my shiny Electrode? Just where shiny Electrode is. Something up top. Not too bad. Nice little shiny Dedenne as well. So yeah, I got these 2 at the same time, which was really, really cool. I was just hunting, obviously, electric types in the area. Saw the Electrode, obviously went there first, didn't want it to blow up. And there was a shiny Dedenne at the same time. And I caught both. So yeah, that was really, really cool when I did that. But yeah, that was a good time. That was my Electrode. Whereas Voltorb, I literally got like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, the Denne's a nice one. I like the Denne. I like this shiny as well, to be fair. I forgot there's Magneton on the mountain. I might reset just to stop them spawning in because they're bloody annoying. Although, to be fair, outside of the outbreak, these guys can't spawn anyway. So if I do grass, the Snova will just spawn. So, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not that bothered then. I'd rather a shiny of those, to be fair, but as I said, not the end of the world. This is way more likely anyway. I just need to try not to go near them too much because I will just explode them. Which is the annoying thing. Oh, there we go. There's one. Told you it'd be fast. They don't go too near. Save, save, save. There we go. Well, if you do the rice drop sandwich... There we go. What a nice start. I told you this would be easy. So rice drop, if you put a bit of... So you pick rice. And then you also pick... for these guys at least, you pick jam, and then a salty and a spicy, and then don't put the rice on the sandwich. Purposefully miss it. If you have all of those, I can tell you the normal recipe as well, but... Okay, there we go. And the much more fitting luxury ball, I think. Well, I think I did use an ultra ball, to be fair, when I caught them. Oh, I was about to say, I was like, what? Of course, I forgot that I technically haven't caught it. Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, there we go. Let's get a second one. The problem, what I should have thought about was what electric and grass type Pokemon I need, because I'm undoubtedly going to finish this very quickly. So many spawn, and I can reset them so quickly, and there's such an obvious shiny that I'm going to have to focus on a second hunt. I probably should have done grass for the fact of I could have gone for like Bulbasaur or a starter. So I mean, I could do Pikachu actually. I don't think I've done Pikachu, so I could do that. That's not a bad shout. I just need to keep kind of circling. Like a vulture, like a mandibuzz. That's my best shout for the minute. But yeah, I told you that would be fast. I knew it. Had to be, really. Now, if we could just get a second one quickly. Obviously, I can't catch a Hisuian Electrode. But, as I said, I'm not going to complain getting a one in a Luxury Ball. I much prefer... I think I got my Hisuian Electrode as a Voltorb, so it's definitely an upgrade. No question about it. I can't remember what the rolls are. I think it's like an extra like half or like extra roll or extra half a roll on the shiny odds. So, or extra shiny rolls. So, I don't know how much that increases the odds. I think in an Outbreak, once you've cleared 60, because they're already quite hard, it's not that much. But for the example of just not using a sandwich, just straight up attacking in an Outbreak, it's so much more likely. You know, the better odds you get, the difference isn't as big, but like I said, I'm not going to complain. It's already improved odds. That actually was really fast, though. It was still in, like, 1 in, like, 200, I think, shiny chance. And we got that in, like, less than 10 seen, for sure. Imagine we just don't get a second one now. It's so unlikely. We're spawning in so many. There's no way. Oh, no. Don't tell me that was one, was it? I've just saved it because I feel like I might have just seen one on the edge. Oh, no. Please tell me my mind was lying. Oh, yeah, wait. I forgot that I've changed this. Here, okay. Please don't tell me that was one I just saw. It was about the bottom left. Oh, I failed one. I told you we'd get it so fast. No. Oh, I failed it. Look in the bottom left. God damn it. Oh, it's fine. We'll get another one. That's literally 2 within, like, a ridiculous amount of time. Like, how long have we been doing this? Not the right one. How long? There, yeah, literally less than 5 minutes. Oh, god damn it. So I did rice, jam, salty, spicy, but then don't put the rice on the sandwich. Just miss it on purpose, and that will count. Oh, damn it! I knew I saw a shiny. Oh, we failed one. Oh well. As I said, this is very fast. Having 2 that quickly just makes me think we should get a 3rd even quicker. Oh, that's annoying. It's still annoying failing a shiny. Especially with those extra few minutes, could be going towards a Pikachu or something that I actually need. Oh well. Let's just not do it again. Let's try not to do it again. I just don't want to go near them because I'll explode them and then that reduces the amount spawning. Maybe I should have a fail counter. Although, to be fair, I don't really fail shinies too often. I think it's a lot harder in this game. Well, you can do 2 salty if you prefer. 2 salty works. But obviously that's electric. You can try a grass type sandwich as well. There's that option as well. If you don't have... What Herba Mystica do you have? You need to have at least 1 salty and the other. Oh, nice job. I don't know if you just saw it. I just failed one, so... I just failed my second. I got my first one and failed the number 2. So, yeah. Good for me. I don't know how I spotted it, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, did you see the clip? Well, go back where it was. No, it wasn't. Yeah, like, have a look how, like... I don't know how I spotted it. There it is, in the very bottom left. I saw it just a bit too late. Look, I stopped there to go get it. I literally, all I had to do was just turn around just a second earlier. And I would have got it. It despawned very last second. Oh well. As I said, these are spawned pretty fast. The only downside is obviously just time missed on being able to hunt a different Pokemon. So as I said, I'm not going to complain too much. I just need to not make sure I go near them. That's the reason I missed it, because I was flying over them, because I'm trying not to kill them. Because obviously they do explode. Do 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 do. Yeah, because when you press B to turn around, you very slightly go forward, and I just literally went enough forward just to destroy them. Oh, stop exploding! Problem is, I'm really scared I'm going to see it and then try drop on it just so that I don't despawn it and then just end up killing it. So typical though. It really is. I mean, the last shiny I remember failing was a 2 cannon. Which, to be fair, I should have the clip for again. So if we get the shiny soon, I'll show that clip. But it was literally as I went into like my map. I was looking around my map for ages, and then so you know, things are spawning in, whatever. Then I click where I want to go on the map, and then the map disappears, and there's a shiny just in the corner of my eye, which was just unfortunately bad timing. But I wouldn't have ever, in any world, I would have closed the map, checked the shinies, and then, you know, gone back, because it's just so unlikely. You know, 99 times out of, but 999 times out of 1,000, it's probably not going to happen. Just typical. But, you know, there's plenty of times I have done that and obviously not had a shiny, so. Bound to happen one day, I guess. I mean, maybe I have had one, I've just never, you know, noticed it before. Because I have no idea how I did, to be honest. I'll show the clip once I've either got another one of these or finished the sandwich. Hopefully got another one of these. Especially with how quickly, under 5 minutes for 2 is crazy, even with these odds. So I better get one, because I'm going to be gutted if I don't get a second now. Actually, no, Piper would be laughing at me right now if she was here. She would have found it very amusing, I imagine. Oh, come on, guys. Can you please spawn better? You're spawning all weirdly. Oh, yeah, I mean, didn't you do it without the sandwich? Yeah, I mean, as I said, they're way better odds. You might as well. You might as well. And obviously it's way more likely than in PLA. Especially with the sandwich boosts. You know, forget the outbreaks. Because this is sort of the thing they... No, that wasn't another one. No, that wasn't. My heart stopped for a second, though. Because obviously the thing they patched out of... well, they changed in PLA that was too overpowered were the outbreaks. They just ended, like they were just constant. Because they were a lot higher odds. So they got rid of them. So, you know, outbreaks are temporary, as it were. Whereas these, you know, obviously are still... You can just do it forever, effectively. As long as you, you know, it will slowly reduce. But you can certainly get a lot of Pokemon. So, whilst it's here, and you can get it in any ball you want, rather than restricted to the Arceus ones, it makes sense to do it here. As I said, I have got both, but I want them in luxury balls, so... The only thing is, it's like, oh, it's cool from its region. And I said, I mean, half of me, a lot of the time, like, I debate whether the luxury balls is as important for me anymore. I think almost my mindset has changed slightly to I would rather catch Pokemon in the form rather than necessarily in a luxury ball. If I had to pick, a luxury ball's always been the main one. But I'm sort of leaning towards doing it that way more because I think it's way more interesting. And having them in different balls is definitely interesting still. And obviously doing purely luxury balls has always been a, you know, that's, I've not been able to do that. So I think I'm going to maybe start leaning to trying to catch them in their forms a bit more as a priority over the luxury balls. Doesn't mean I'm going to do a super hard hunt just because I can get it as its stage rather than, you know, a much easier one. But I think I'm starting to care more about that because, as I said, I think, you know, getting all, you know, the Gardevoir line in a luxury ball is cool, but it's way cooler catching a Ralts, Curlier, and then a wild shiny Gardevoir, which I did. I think that's just way more interesting, and I just don't know, it's just more exciting because hunting for Ralts 3 times, it gets a bit tedious. You're like, yay, evolve into Gardevoir, but finding a wild shiny Gardevoir, you know, or like I have, or wild shiny Bisharp, or wild shiny Alpha Infinite, I think that's way more interesting than just having it in a luxury ball, you know. I think I'm still sort of in the in between both, but you know, I think I'm starting to lean towards that more anyway. Yeah, I mean, I think matching ball works, and you know, another world, I'm sure I have done that, but I've just always done luxury now. Luxury just makes the most sense for the way that I've always done it, I guess. I don't know. I just like how luxury balls look. But I am, as I said, as much as, not so much a thing of, oh, this has gone on for so long, I don't want to mess it up. But I am slowly leaning more and more towards catching Arceus in a Master Ball, I'm not going to lie. Because I just think it's fitting. And although it would be cool in Luxury Ball, of course, one, obviously I do not want to fail it. But I just think, out of all the Pokemon to be shiny and to be in a Master Ball, I mean, I do have a Charizard in a Master Ball, in fairness. But it would be so cool to have an Arceus in a Master Ball that's shiny, you know? Like, that's fitting. A shiny god, like, you know. No worries. I mean, would you rather do... There's 2 ways. Oh, yes, okay, there we go. Oh my god, I didn't fly away. Okay, let's fly. Hold on, I will do it in a second. Let me just save. Okay, yes, phew. Didn't take too long. I told you it wouldn't. I can't believe we could have done that in literally 5 minutes, though. Whew, okay, phew. Reclaimed. Nice. I really like Hisuian Voltorb. I really like it. I think it's much nicer than the original 2. Yeah, there you go. That's the one. What Duro said. There we go. Come on. Or you can also do 2 salty. But salty spice is better because salty is when you do rice drop, aka don't put rice on, and you only have to do the sauces. You don't have to put any ingredients on apart from rock types. Salty is used in every single one. So, all right, there we go. I told you we'd get that back relatively quickly. 7 minutes longer, but it's reclaimed, and we can focus on something else now. So, let's work this out, what I can do now with an electric sandwich, because I have no idea. I wish I'd done grass. I was going to show that clip, actually. Do I have the clip on here? It might not be on here. It'll be under fails. I have a fails folder. That's Slitherwing. I'm just double checking. I might not. I think I have it on here. I just haven't labelled it because I label all the clips so I can see them and keep track of what they are. I just don't think I've got around to labelling this one yet. I know roughly where it is. It might be this one. No, it's not that one. Hold on, let me check one more. If it's not this, then I won't bother. Okay, no, that was a shiny Oddish. Alright, I'll work that out another time. Oh, wait, I need to do this. Yeah, that's... Oh, well, you don't have salty? Oh, well, yeah, salty you need for rice drop. The normal electric one is just cucumber, pickle, 3 yellow peppers, and then any combination of Herba Mystica that isn't sweet and sour. So, hi Piper, how you doing? If you're talking about Azuravi, yes. If you're talking about me, no, I just did it. 9 in 30 minutes, my god. I got 2 in 5, but I just failed one. For those of you who've just joined, here's me failing a shiny Voltorb just about 10 minutes ago. Wait, it's not that one. It's this one. There it is, bottom left of the screen. And as soon as I see it and I stop, despawns. But we reclaimed it, so it's fine. It's fine. They are pretty fast, because obviously you can let them explode, and then, you know, and then that gets to the 60, and they've got boosted on it anyway. I wish I'd done Voltorb. I literally left it for years, and then I did it like 2 weeks ago before the outbreak. But anyway, I need to find out what electric types I can do next, because I don't know which ones I don't have. Maybe go into the Blueberry decks and see electric types. I mean, there's plus or minus. I mean, we could just go into the cave, actually. You know what? Let's do the one where I go into the cave, where I got the chest bin really fast. And I'm sure we'll get something in there. I might just do the counting, see if I get an Elekid. Oh, I've got an eyelash there. There you go. Biome should I unlock first? What, for starters, you mean? What, in the Indigo Disc? Yeah, you're right with the thing. Just not one sweet and sour for the Herba combination. I quite like the icy one for the fire types there. That's what I'd do anyway. Yeah, I reckon we do the counting method for the last 15 minutes in here. Obviously, there are a few Pokemon we will recognise as shiny, but there are a few that are just impossible to see, and I think it will be helpful. Because this is where I will have to hunt a few of them anyway. So I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wait, is it 15 or... How many is it for the spawn? How many do you count? I can't remember. See, there's going to be one spawn in there, so I need to go back. Is it 15 or is it 16? I feel like it's 15. 15 normal, 16 shiny. Okay, cool. That's what I thought it was. So we let them all spawn in, because obviously there's Joltik, Elekid, and Plusle are all the annoying ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So because I don't want this other side to go... Oh, actually, no, what am I doing? I do picnics. That's what I meant to do, not fly. Because of the other side with the Tynamo spawning. So we do picnics. I completely forgot. This is how I did it. There we go. I just think this, with the good chance of getting... There's a few here that are just really annoying to spot. So we have 13 minutes, so we can... We've got plenty of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then we go picnic and go again. I'm very glad this is a thing, I must admit. I'll change the currently hunting. I mean, what do I want most here? Probably Plusle, if I'm honest. I think Plusle is probably the most obvious of the lot of the annoying ones to see. Especially if I had a Plusle outbreak, but I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I mean, a mining outbreak's fine, because those ones are obvious, whereas Plusle just being darker red, although it might be obvious in an outbreak, I haven't got it. And just with the other ones here, it seems pointless to do it when I could be getting it here for things like Elekid and Joltik. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright. I mean, Joltik's obvious if you look at it, it's just so hard to see. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I have like 6 or 7. I need to get some more. I just haven't been playing so much recently. So I've really got into my achievement hunting. If any of you ever played Portal 2, I've been playing that a lot. And Super Hot as well. I've been trying to 100%, which has been good fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Yeah, I love Portal 2. I've done all of the... as I said, I'm a big 100% achievement hunter. It's what I tend to do on Thursdays. Although this Thursday we'll be continuing with Power World for sure. I really enjoyed doing it for the first time last stream. But yeah, I've done all the campaign ones and I'm just doing the co-op ones with a mate of mine. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Of course, last time we were in here, we got Chespin. We've had 2 Chespin in here. And we've had, of course, most notably Minior in here, which is how I discovered this room. So, was that how I discovered this room? I think Chespin was actually. I think I just came down here. It was just a good room. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right. I mean, it might have been. But I wasn't looking for shinies. It might have looked like it, but there was only 16. And to be honest, it's not the end of the world. I do have a Magneton, so I'm not too bothered. I'm just counting them, to be honest. From this distance, it's not super easy to tell. But it's ones like Elekid and Joltik are the ones I'm really going for here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Why can I only see 14? Oh, because there's one round the corner. That'd be why. No, not 16. It was 14 then, and there was a 15. I just missed it. It was hiding from me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, that's definitely 15. So it's not super easy to see from here, but I have to rely on the numbers. I mean, obviously, if we get like an Electabuzz or something, which I don't need, or a Plusle, a Minun even, it'll be pretty obvious. So we'll definitely count 16. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I might come slightly forward just so I can see a little bit better around the corners and stuff. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay. I'm sort of concerned about an Electabuzz like hiding a Joltik or something, but hopefully it'll be fine. I'd like to think so. We've been pretty successful doing this recently. Obviously that Minior was amazing. But yeah, it's just complete luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Obviously it's very easy to miscount as well, but I'm sort of trying to count in threes, put pairs of threes together, and that's at least helping me keep track and making sure I'm not just recounting things or missing things. I mean, I'm not recounting because otherwise I'd be going to 16. So you got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I will just double check again on that one. 9, 12, 15, yeah. Yeah, it definitely wasn't though, because otherwise I would have had 16. They just look like it from here. It's hard to see, even on my screen, and I've got the big screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 again. Unfortunately, I don't have any shiny plush, so... Oh, Plusle. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, I see. I thought you were going to say, like, a shiny Magneton behind me, but... No, they should do that, though. Start releasing shiny sitting cuties. I'm sure people will buy them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nah, unfortunately not. Plusle's too hard to tell from a distance anyway. At least amongst non-Plusle. I mean, there's barely even any Plusle here. It's mainly Magneton, which is the annoying thing, or Magnemite even. But there's quite a few Joltik, to be fair. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. Oh, nice job. How long do you have left on the sandwich? Is it still enough time to try and get something else? Because, I mean, when we did this... Oh, both of you. Good timing. When we did this and got the mini-ore, I mean... I think we had quite a lot of time left. I can't remember what we ended up getting after. We got mini-ore and then got something else, didn't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. 1 out of 4,096 executions come with another one, which is the shiny version. I mean, another one, I was gonna, if you're going to say replacement, I'd be like, nah, because people will want that. But with another one, 100%. That would be so cool. Although 4,096 is just too few, and they'd be so expensive because they'd be so rare. If it was like 1 in 5, I think that would be a lot more doable. Okay, we've got 3, we've got 6, we've got 9, we've got 12, and we've got 15. What you can't believe, though, so you think how quickly we've all got those Voltorbs, right? When Duraludon had its one, I got a Duraludon in Shield, so I was trying to do one for an Archaludon. I kid you not, I did 2 full sandwiches at an Outbreak, didn't get any. Like, I was so unlucky. I don't know how it happened. 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. Like, literally, I just hunted for it for ages. I couldn't get it, and then I just left it, reset it, and it went. I somehow didn't get it at the insane odds it was. And you think we got 3 Voltorb in 12 minutes? Like, it's a bit silly. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, there you go then, that's what I mean. I mean, to be fair, actually, wait, you did the first one without a sandwich, right? My first one was literally within, like, 10 seconds. So I just don't understand how I didn't get the Duraludon. 9, 12, 15... Because that was just stupid. No, I do not do song requests. Too much effort and difficulty. If I had a Stream Deck and I could just press buttons and change things, I probably would. But Stream Decks are so expensive. I would love one, but I don't need it, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I was going to say, what's that? Yeah, go for Mareep. At least Mareep's an obvious one as well, so you can't miss it. That's a cute one. I got my first Mareep in... I think it was only 2 encounters in BDSP and the radar. I want to do more radar hunts, to be honest. I quite like radar hunts. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Also on your shiny goal list. Well, there you go then. It's good to do. My shiny goal list is my Arceus, which I'm at 11,013 for. I am gonna. Well, the good thing is I'm gonna have all day tomorrow being able to do Arceus. I reckon we'll get a lot. Wait, is that shiny Minun? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, I thought that was a shiny Minun. It looked like it from here. Damn it. Oh well. I tried. Let's just double check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got baited. You know where like the big rocky bit is, and there's like someone outside with a picnic. I can't remember where it is. It's outside one of the cities. I think it's outside the city where you do, or the town where you get the armor, the auspicious armor, and then you go up that hill. And then there's the big rocky bit on the left where like Gumshoes and Dunsparce are. And Cyclers are running around. And to the right of that, that's where I got my Fluffy at least. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Damn, I really thought that was a shiny Minun. Damn it. Wouldn't have minded that. Oh yeah, we had that conversation the other day. I can't remember who I was having it with. About Pokemon that you think you always get the gen wrong, right? Zapapico, yes, that's the place. I'm sure there are some just north of Zapapico. But Plusle and Minun are ones. I cannot tell you if they're Gen 2 or Gen 3. I think it's Gen 3, but I could easily be wrong. I always get those confused. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm just checking again because a few respawn, despawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. Okay, it is Gen 3, okay. I thought so. I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head. There are some Pokemon I always get confused on Gen. I get people getting Skarmory wrong. I was too young to be there when that first debuted, so I haven't. But I get why people get that wrong. But there's, I think, maybe a few of the babies that have, like, evolutions in Gen 4. Because some of them are in Gen 4 and some of them aren't. Is that 2, Minen? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, still nothing. You got beef at the other one. What do you mean? What did they do? Did they not get enough shinies? Is that what it is? Or did they get shiny Arceus? Are they not at 11,013 resets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be able to do resets for Arceus all day. For like 6-7 hours. So I'm hoping I'll get a lot done. And fingers crossed I'll get it tomorrow. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Only taken about 1 billion years. How long do we have left? Oh, 41 seconds. We'll probably get 1 or 2 more picnic resets in then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I'm not bothered though. I said the main thing was those Voltorbs, so that's still a win in my book. Alright, possibly final reset here. Maybe we can squeeze in one more if they spawn in quickly. Okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, let's see how quickly we can do this. Spamming pack up and go. There we go. See how quickly they spawn in. Nope, not enough time. Alright, I said we're not going to complain. We got 2 shiny Voltorb. Let's have a little look. Actually, I just realised we haven't checked the Chimchar. Because it does have a mark. So, you made a joke, which is, at least in my opinion, clear joke. Kind of as if it's real. Yeah, I understand that. It's hard to tell, you know, exactly how it's coming across. Okay, there's the reboot from last stream. Very nice. I still need to get... Should we try and get the Sceptile now? Because that needs to become a Grovyle. So we got Chimchar, who has Witch Mark. Smiley Mark, Chimchar the Beaming. That's cute. Do either of these have marks? No, they do not. Said no complaints from me here. Nice little shiny. I still can't believe this. We got a female shiny Torchic on the first one. That is crazy. Really, really crazy. This is such a good one still. And obviously I still can't quite believe this. I mean, that's just beautiful, isn't it? It really is. Alright. Yeah, I reckon we go and try reclaim the Sceptile then. Oh, look, a Joltik outbreak. I haven't actually checked the outbreak since I reset for the Voltorb. Joltik, Crabrawler, and Tyrogue. What about in Kitakami? Fellhorn? I meant Gyarados, I just read the thing. Wooper. Yeah. Anything else in these? Litleo. They'll see the Voltorbs. Paldean and Tauros. Nah, nothing I'm bothered by. I believe I've already got a shiny Wooper. I think. Let me check actually. I'm pretty sure I do. I think I don't have a Quagsire. And considering Wooper appears quite a lot. Yeah, I do have a shiny Wooper. I do need another one, but Quagsire appears a lot, and I'd rather go for a Quagsire outbreak because of the forms. So, plus I want to finish off the Trico. I'd love to get another Trico. Well, actually, why don't we check Kitakami first, if it's daytime or nighttime. We can try for the Gallade, because I still need to get that Gallade. Oh. So we'll see what time of day it is. Okay, it is the daytime, so we can't go for Gallade. So we will go for Trico instead. Or for Sceptile, I suppose, is the real answer here. So if we change this... where is Sceptile? There we are. I mean, just bold but beautiful shiny. It's like one of those ones that it feels surreal to really be walking around with, I think. Alright, let's make our way over there. Still need to get Scrafty actually after that Scraggy we got, which I still can't believe was so obvious. A lot more obvious than you might think if you're hunting for Scraggy. Actually a pretty clear shiny. I still want to do Skarmory as well, because Skarmory is certainly a nice one. Alright, obviously this is where we got our Cranidos. The goat. I have to do a normal sandwich now, don't I? I can't do rice drop because I've run out of salty. That is a shiny Smeargle. Interesting. I mean, that's what I mean. Just get lucky. Unfortunately, we do already have it, but I'm not going to complain at another shiny. Don't know where that came from. It happens. I mean, funnily enough, as well. Well, I mean, it'll be the shiny charm. Oh, you got it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That was fast. What's funny quite about Smeargle as well is I actually did a hunt with an outbreak for Smeargle, right? And then obviously I've just got it now. And the first time I actually got it was I just flew to the ice biome to go and hunt something and it just spawned in. So both times I've had it just randomly in the wild, no sandwich. And the time I tried for a sandwich and an outbreak, I didn't get it, which is quite funny. Wait, what? How does it mean it just has no moves it can use? What are you on about? Nah, what do you mean? I like Mareep. Mareep's a great shiny. Pink's awesome. Let's change this as well, actually. It's such a random one to get. Well, I'm glad I didn't reset, I suppose, but... I don't want to hit it anymore, though, because it's got struggle. I mean, I can just run, I suppose, but I should be able to catch it any second. It's not a hard catch. Shouldn't be, anyway. It's acting like one, though. See, I think I've got the whole line. I think I've got 2 Mareeps and a Flaffy, but I'm not sure. I think I got a Mareep and a Flaffy in Scarlet and Violet, and then my first ever Mareep I got in BDSP, I think. I mean, go for another one if you really want. Oh, that's not the end of the world. Yeah, Shinx is a nice one. That was actually the first one I did in what's it called? BDSP. And in fact, let's see if it's on here. Another really cool thing from that. Okay, there we go. Nice. Just do that. Is it in here? BDSP or Shinx. Here we go. Have a look at this. 93 streak on my Shinx I got. I thought I just kept going, so I was like, might as well just keep going. I think I got 5 shinies. Obviously, I could have gone for more if I'd done just reset on each one. But I literally just, after I got the 3 I wanted, I just kept catching more and more to see if I could get to 100, get guaranteed 5 IV. And somehow got to 93, which is crazy. Way too many. I don't know how I did that. The chances of that are so incredibly low. Maybe me doing that ruined me getting Arceus. Maybe that's what it was. Who knows? Alright. Let's continue. And actually do what we're meant to do up here now. Get this tree cut. I'm going to have to check the sandwich. Because I don't have enough salty to do drops anymore. Shinx was my first ever shiny. Oh, nice. Shinx. Oh, BDSP. Oh, BDSP is before PLA. So it would have been... Oh, Dynamax though. I mean, my first ever shiny I think is real, but I will eventually reclaim just in case it isn't, is a Wingull. The one I'm definitely sure on is the Shellos I caught for my just completing the dex to get the shiny charm and shield and not realising it was a shiny. Which was very lucky. We'll go bitter and sour. That should be fine, right, for grass? Yeah. I have to actually make a sandwich now, but oh well. This is a good thing about these streams. As much as I really enjoy Dynamax Adventures and doing it with other people, And it's great when people come along. I mean, Cody got a shiny this Saturday. He got, what was it, shiny... oh god, that middle one's not good. What did he get? He got shiny something. In fact, you know what? I think we might be on the longest streak ever. I'm not sure we'd ever had 2 shinies. People get 2 shinies 2 streams in a row. Whereas I think we're currently on 3 streams in a row, because the last stream, Cody got a shiny. The one before, I got a shiny in my Combuskin on my clip on my channel. And the week before that, someone else got a shiny Lurantis. So we're actually doing pretty well for Dynamax Adventures at the moment. But even then, you know, we're doing really well. We've had 3 shinies in 3 streams. We've had more than that today. So this is why these are a lot better, at least. So we get a lot more shinies. You know, I'd argue Rayquaza is, but it's not quite the 1 in 4,096. Although it's still technically full odds. But you were hunting it, so it's... Like, running into fuel, I've run into plenty in PLA. I mean, because you're just running around and you hear it. And I've definitely run... I mean, I think the first one I got randomly in this game was actually a Zangoose, which was a pretty cool one. I was literally just travelling somewhere and a Zangoose popped up. Are you still doing DAs, though? Yes, of course. On Saturdays. In hopes that we get our targets soon. It's been a while since we've had... I mean, obviously I said it's been a while since we've had any shiny, and then we ended up getting that Combuskin, which was cool. But I must admit, I would have preferred getting a Latios. Although it is very cool to get the Combuskin. And although I'm happy to have got them all the stages, and that is really cool, from the time point of view perspective, obviously I can hunt them in this game, or at least Torchic, but... So for a Pokemon I could have got that wasn't in this game, that would have been a lot better, but... So it's not the end of the world. Oh my god. Yeah, but that's the whole thing is there, in comparison, yes, but because they have that opportunity, and effectively you can get anything that you want, and it's sort of a fun way of doing it, a lot of people enjoy those. That's why it's so popular still. In fact, that's something just sprung to mind. So, obviously with Legends, ZA, or whatever we want to call it, coming out, eventually, do you think they'll go back to shinies being found the way that they're found in PLA? Now, as I said, the main thing about Legends is that the only thing that links them is their title. The gameplay, everything could be very different. The concept of them being Legends could literally just be... that they're not your typical gym leader's game. It could be the past. It could be lots of different things. But I do wonder actually if we'll get that back. And I know a lot of people prefer if we don't. I think the rest of the people, or at least the majority of the rest of them, wouldn't mind either way. And then I think I'm probably part of the small minority who would rather they didn't. I would much prefer if we had it this way because one, I can listen to other things. I watch a lot of YouTube, and having to basically just not listen to anything I'm playing or watching because I have to listen for a all the time. Like, obviously I could look around, but I got a lot of shinies from not even knowing they were there, and I imagine that happens in this game as well. You know, in many games I'll be running in the opposite way, not knowing there's been a shiny there because you just can't. So there is that of finding out shinies, but there is annoying. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to have the sparkles back. I like, or happier at least. I would still prefer none, because I do like sort of treating it as if it is, you are that trainer. Because in the real, if you were a trainer, you wouldn't be getting sparkles or a sound when you get shiny. You just see it and go, oh, that's a shiny Pokemon, And I much prefer that idea, as if you were actually in the game. But the main thing is not having the sound, because it just means that then I have to not listen to anything else, and that's really frustrating. And I also think it's just way too easy, like, realistically. So I hope they don't do that. But that's not even something I had considered at all, because that's the sort of feature that isn't necessarily a trend, but people might want it to be. And I really hope it isn't, but I mean, we'll see. We've got plenty of time to find out. And we'll have plenty of information and videos on it once, I mean, we've got plenty of that just from today. We've had, like, nothing on the actual gameplay at all. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see eventually what comes. And they'll keep the art style. I mean, I doubt it'll be exactly the same, but it certainly could be along the same vibes. As I said, like it's so hard to judge. I don't think there's any guarantees here because we just don't quite know what a Legends game actually entitles or what it guarantees outside of the very standards of Pokemon, aka catching and battling. You know, and whether if it is a future game, it might look different. If it is a past game, it might look different. I think it's more likely to look like Arceus does than necessarily what Scarlet and Violet do. But I at least hope it is more like Scarlet, Violet and Arceus over Shield. God, if they make it look like Shield again. It's just so, I don't know, unauthentic, I suppose. It just doesn't feel nice. There's no way it'll be like BDSP. That's for half the reason I think they haven't announced. Because mind you, it feels like a recent game, right? BDSP came out 2.5 years ago, right? 2.5 years ago it came out. And mind you, announcement was quite a few months before that. Realistically, we're getting up on 2 years since the remakes were announced. In fact, you know what? They might have been announced at Pokemon Day. So it might have been literally 2 years today since they've been announced. I'm not sure. It's somewhere around 1.5 to 2 years, right? And, you know, they changed feedback. They changed how the game looked before it was released because of instant feedback and ultimately hate just from the trailer, right? And although it was definitely an improvement, the chibi art style they couldn't change. That was already part of it. You know, they weren't going to change that. They just changed how it looked, and it made it a lot better. But obviously, people still hated that, and they got that feedback from day one. Not even day one. They got it from before day one. So I think it's very unlikely they'd go back to it, considering how many people hated on it. And for big franchises like this, you get obviously lots of die-hard players, but you also get a lot of people who play them just because it's a franchise, and who can easily be swayed by things like bugs and things like that. Because so many people say, "Oh, I hate Scarlet and Violet," and that is literally like, I think, it's so stupid. Like people who go, "Oh yeah, I hate Scarlet and Violet. It's such a rubbish game. You know, it has all these glitches." Because the game itself, like the contents of the game, is actually fantastic. I think it's one of the best Pokemon games we've ever had, alongside Arceus. Like people were slating Pokemon the last few years, going all these bad releases and, you know, Power World is taking over and the Pokemon Company's downfall, right? And I genuinely think of the last 3 games we got, yes, BDSP wasn't great. I still don't think it deserves as much hate as it got though. PLA and Scarlet and Violet have been some of the best games we've had in a long time, and if some of the ones we've ever had, right? I think they're fantastic. Obviously, just the things of being like, and then it comes to, oh, the lack of scenery, or, oh, it glitches a bit, and suddenly everyone hates the game and Pokemon are falling off, right? And I think that's a massive issue with things like that, because that's not how the games work, you know? It's just, you know, I think it's just because it's such a big franchise, it can get hate like that. But people will still play it anyway. You know, as games, they're very, very good. You know, for all aspects, for people who like battling, for people who like shiny hunting, you know, for just the story, everything. It's all really, really good. So I think because of how like responsive and how obviously people react to something they don't like and how serious they will take even a minor thing, especially when it comes to this franchise, we'll never get a chibi game ever again. I think it's so unlikely now. They did it once, it did not work. I think it's so unlikely they go back to it because people will instantly associate that with BDSP and go, "Oh, bad game," you know. And I think that's so hard to shake off. And especially when we've got, like, if that was the best we've ever had, then sure, but we've had the 3D, you know, the full models. The reason they did chibi is because they were lazy. They used, you know, I mean, ultimately that's where the shouts for spend longer time on, and the reason we're getting Legends next year rather than this year is because people are going, you need to spend more time. You spend barely any time. All of these Pokemon games, you know, Legends Arceus was stuck in between BDSP and Scarlet and Violet and just didn't get enough of the love it deserves, right? So ultimately it meant that things were rushed, and, you know, a lot of BDSP's code is literally just copied and pasted from the original Platinum and Diamond and Pearl games. You know, obviously there are changes, but the actual functioning code is literally the same. They haven't rewritten it or anything, because It's just lazy, and you know, they haven't had the time. They've rushed, which is why it was so important that they spend their time making these games. And I think Legends Arceus would have got different treatment, maybe not as much, but at least because it was a new style of game. But now they've really taken that aboard. That's what I mean. I think BDSP is ultimately so important for the future of the franchise because it sort of set out everything we don't want and what we expect from Pokemon, and you know, that time and that effort and having those beautiful landscapes. Because a lot of things that people are like, oh yeah, Scarlet and Violet it runs badly because it's on the Switch, you know. But that's not an excuse, you know. I said Dragon Quest XI, one of my favourite games, looks way better than this game. And, you know, we struggle to look at water without lag. It's not to do with the Switch. And, you know, we'll be getting an upgrade soon anyway. There really is no excuse. So, I do think that, you know, they have learnt a lot. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with BDSP. I think it got way more hate than it deserved. The chibi art style was a big problem with the community. Everyone hated that. Which, you know, I personally don't have an issue with. It's not like it was that different to the DS games. I think a lot of it was just because it was repeated and they missed out a lot of things from Platinum. Because as a core game, if Diamond and Pearl didn't exist, people would have enjoyed those games. The reason it got hate is not because of the game content itself. It's because of how it evolved from the originals, which it didn't really. Yeah, exactly. Because you've never played Gen 4... This is effectively Gen 4, but slightly worse. Like, it's Platinum, just worse. The only difference is the updated graphics, and even then, I think people prefer the pixelated art style. I think that's the reason it gets hate. Not because it's a bad game as a whole, because, you know, it's not like, oh, it did so well back then and so badly now because of the game. It's because of the improvement, which is why people are so hyped for Legends, because, one, it's another Legends game, sure, but also it's that gap of we didn't get a second X and Y game, right? We just got the one. They didn't do a second one. No sequel, no continuation. So a lot of the hype for that isn't even about, oh yes, Kalos is coming back, which I'm sure it is for many people, but a lot of it's like, oh yes, we're getting the unfinished potential of Gen 6. And I think that has a massive impact on the hype around the game. Yeah, I agree. People like the hate that goes towards these things is crazy. Gen 9 was your first Pokemon game. I mean, to be fair, although I would have been around for them, I just don't remember it well enough. Gen 9 for me was the first sort of game where I was there when they released, day of release, you know, they were revealing new Pokemon, new things, and it's the first game that I remember playing, coming across all these new Pokemon, because although obviously that would have happened with Shield, and a lot of them I'm like, oh, new Pokemon, even though it was only a few years ago, I just don't remember it, because it was sort of a casual thing when I first played it. It was only the second time I did it, that's when I started taking it more seriously. Gen 7 I barely ever played, so a lot of Gen 7 Pokemon I learnt about in Gen 8. And then all the games before that, I'm too young to really remember, like, first exploring and first seeing the new Pokemon. That's not a concept to me that I would have cared about much as then. I just wanted to play the new game I liked. So for me, Gen 9 is the first one where I've gone, oh my god, new Pokemon. Because I really started going full time with Pokemon after the Sword and Shield DLC. So, you know, and obviously I've played it all my life, but it's really ramped up the last few years. And once I've started getting older and actually being able to look into it and understand things a lot more, and you know, go into that side of gaming, my knowledge has massively, you know, increased, I suppose. Yeah, no, day of release was awesome. I mean, I literally had it the day of. I played it till like 3 in the morning. And you can't even get that far after a few hours because you're doing the basic tutorial, which takes like 40 minutes if you're just reading through everything, or like an hour. And then you do like a little bit of catching, maybe fight one thing, but you just want to find out what's going to happen. I mean, I remember literally, I don't know if it was the day after. I think it was the day after I beat the game. I can't remember, but going to Area Zero for the first time, I've never been so hyped before. I think being able to truly, fully realise what's going on in the game, because I'm not young anymore, you know, I'm not a child, was just awesome. It was so exciting going into Area Zero for the first time, seeing all this stuff. You know, it's crazy. I just wish I'd been a bit more clued up when I was a bit younger, you know. Yeah, Mareep's an awesome one, 100%. So Muffin, did you so you said this was like your first game, right? Had you ever played any other before at all? Have you seen the franchise? Like, how familiar with with Pokemon, and what really got you into it? Because for me, I think it was just I was a young kid. I was probably like 6 or 7. Diamond and Pearl had just come out. So my parents went, "Yep, here we go. Let's buy you a nice little fun kids monster game, right?" And then from there, I've just played it every time. Simple as that. So what got you into it then? Because I said I did have that break when I had like my GCSEs and stuff, and I was focusing on other things. I didn't have as much time, and then when COVID happened, I got a Switch. Thank God, COVID helped me in that way. And I played the DLC, and then I played Sword and Shield, and then by the time I did it again the next year, all the DLCs had come out. I wasn't really following news or anything like that. That wasn't a thing I did. Then I replayed it again. I was like, I'm going to take this properly. I want to start shiny hunting. It's something I'm really interested in doing. So, yeah. But you never used it. Ah, interesting. So you just kind of had it there. I mean, I got mine, I think, January or February 2020. Oh, God, my mum's calling me. Hold on. Let me say I'll be 20 minutes. So I would have got mine just start of 2020. I think we were starting to be more careful about COVID and stuff. And I remember saying, look, can we get one? Because if they are going to go into this lockdown that they're supposedly talking about, it's something we can do. And then we ended up getting it off a friend of ours. And then bought all the second controllers. And Mum was like, it's in lockdown, I don't care, we're going to do this, it'll be fun. So I've had one since then, played the Pokemon. Then just like, kind of meh, because I only cared about the story at the point. And then I started getting into YouTube, Pokemon, watching stuff. And then I was like, you know what, I want to start shiny hunting. It's all a really cool thing. I'm going to fully go for it. I'm going to do the living shiny decks. And that was so I replayed the game at the start of 2021. I remember doing it before my A-levels, in leading up to revising for my A-levels, I was hunting shiny Rayquaza. That's what I do in my off time. Remember telling my friends about completing the shield decks finally for the first time and getting the shiny charm and finally start doing it. And then it's been over 3 years now since I've properly started shiny hunting. So yeah, it's crazy to see the progress I've made. Obviously a lot of that used to be Dynamax events. I used to do that all the time. I don't know how I did so many. Obviously being offline and being a lot faster does help. I forget how fast it is doing it on your own. But now I can play it online with you guys is much more interesting and much more fun. But obviously PLA massively helped. This has massively helped and really upped the shiny count. So, oh, nice uncommon, very nice on the one, on the Voltorb. Neither of mine had any, unfortunately. But Chimchar had the beaming. Chimchar's like smiley mark or something. Guess it's happy, I guess. Yeah, and we got it as a family thing as well. Like as I said, I'd quite like to get a second Switch for more hunting and stuff. One, obviously it's a bit expensive. I'm thinking with the Switch 2 coming out, I could easily get a first Switch a lot cheaper once that happens. Plus I'll be buying a Switch 2 anyway. But also I was thinking my mum might want to take this one because she's always like, oh no, we should be playing it, leaving it at home for the family or whatever. But she said to me the other day she doesn't think she'd actually play it that much. So I think I'd be able to get a second one. So when Switch 2 comes out, I'll buy that, and then this will probably become my second one. To a sleepy mark. Oh, that's rough for you then. I genuinely think GCSEs are worse. I mean, I did worse in my GCSEs. But I just think they're less enjoyable. Because I'm not saying A levels are enjoyable, but my reasoning is that one, GCSEs is just there's so many more, which is just ridiculous. You have to do so many subjects; it's just unbelievable. And the majority of them you don't like, or at least dislike a lot more than the others. Whereas at least with A levels, I was managing to narrow them down, to ones I preferred. So, or at least I was better at. So I didn't have to focus. It's just basically just less content to learn. It's not even about necessarily yes, it was harder, but the specific content was harder. But learning as a whole was way easier because I didn't have to learn 11 subjects. I only have to learn 3, which I just think is way better. Even if it is a bit more content. At least it's along the same lines and not completely unrelated. So GCSEs, I think I did 13 in the end. So it would have been... Because most... No, I think I did 13. So most schools do 10. Because they do... So you do maths, English, the 3 sciences. Most... Oh, wait, no. Did I do 12? I did 12 or 13. I can't remember. So you do... Oh, no. I did do 13. Because... So most schools do maths, both Englishes, and the 3 sciences. So that's 6. Right? And then your 4 choices. Which, for us, the way we did it was just... like historical stuff, so it'd be like history, geography, any of those. I didn't do either of those. I did economics. Then they had like creative, which was something. Wait, no, is it 3 choices? Hold on, wait, it might be 3 choices. You do... I can't remember. And then it's just one of... Oh no, sorry, it's a language, which I did French. Creative, which was basically everything else, and then like the historical ones, or like just those topics, and then one more of all of them. So you do, so that's what most schools do, right? In that 10, or a lot of them do like double science, so then that's only 2, as we had to do 3. But for some reason at my school we decided that we had to do RS as well, so that takes it up to 11, which is already more than most people. I hated RS. And then I also did 2 extra maths ones. I did further maths and additional maths. So yeah, I did 13. 2 English maths, 3 or 2 science, 1 for each of 3 choices. Yeah, so we did maths, English, 2 Englishes, 3 science, RS, 4 choices, and then I also did 2 extra maths ones. So yeah, 13. It's just too many, that's the thing. Like, I'm good at maths, like the maths ones are fine, but then I don't want to be doing RS and physics and revising for all of those because I don't like them and I'm bad at them, you know? So I think the stress for GCSEs is way worse. Which is why it's so important to stay at your school, because it's so much more likely to get into your school because there's so high grades for getting in the other schools, at least for mine anyway. What, more than 13? Jesus. I mean, you must have seen that girl in the news at the moment who's trying to do like... Who did like 34 GCSEs and is trying to do like 28 A-levels or something. Ridiculous. 9 separate subjects. How many did I do? So maths, English, the 3 sciences, RS, the choices. So I did 10 separate, then double English. So mine's similar. So I did 10 separate subjects. And then I did an extra English and 2 extra maths, which were sort of different. They weren't part of the curriculum. They were optional if you were good at maths. So I just did them both because I was like, I know I can do it. So, oh, okay, yeah. Then they did more. Science is 3 for me, at least. And then I did 3 A-levels because I was like, there's no point doing a 4th because... One, the way I had to do 4, it was either going to be a subject I really didn't want to do. Basically, it was meant to be for extra maths, for additional maths, which I wanted to do as my 3rd, but you're only allowed to take it in my school as a 3rd if you do it if you do it as your 4th. You can only take it if you do it as a 4th, which is just silly, I think. So I was like, I'm going to learn it at university anyway. I'm not doing 4, and it gave me a lot more free time, and I could do all my homework in my study periods, in my free periods, which is great. Meant I never had to do work when I got home. That's always nice. Was that guy who's got like the antenna? I can't remember his name. He's got like an antenna in the back of his head. And he can like control things. But he's had that for years. It's crazy what people will go to achieve some things. It really is. We're not going to get this Trico. I thought I was going to finally get this Septile. It's like the 3rd time I've hunted for this 3rd Trico. The first time I got them on the 2 separate hunts, and then the 3rd time we're going to go for that 3rd Trico. And we just can't seem to get it. I mean, there's nowhere near as many spawning as you think like we have for Voltorb. And obviously they are a little bit harder to see, but the shinies aren't. And we should still be getting a decent amount. And for a full half an hour hunt, we should really get a shiny here. Oh, come on, there's got to be. I just want that. I want that shiny Sceptile so bad. Do 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 do. Boom. I need to keep working on the stream music because I just want stuff that I can just regularly play whenever, just kind of in the background. Even just generic copyright-free music, just like find a playlist or something because I listen to the same music too much. Oh, 5.5 minutes. Come on, Trico. All I want is a shiny Sceptile. Come on, for the last... This will be the last one, of course, for the stream. Please, help me out. Ah, damn it. It's lovely. Do 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 do. Come on, Trico. I mean, if you're both in the Discord, just speak to each other there, and then you can work out a good time, I guess. That's sort of what its purpose is, to be able to communicate outside the stream if necessary. Do 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 do. Yeah, but that's cheating. I mean, you said all you have to do is trade for them. You know, she doesn't even have to necessarily do all the evolution. If someone just had it, they could just give it to her. But obviously, you know, it's doing that. I mean, all you have to do is join the Union Circle or trade a Palafin if you have one. Okay, I'm sorry you don't have any friends. Oh, come on, Trico, please. I don't want to have to do this hunt again. We've done this Trico so many times now. It's too often. So I'm looking forward to just doing Arceus all day tomorrow. Like, I'll be doing other things like during. I'm not going to solely do it. I'd be bored out of my mind. But it's just a good opportunity to get a hell of a lot done. I mean, I would love to get over 1,000 done tomorrow. And see if we could get to triple odds if I don't get it. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's too many resets. It does take a while. Even with the whole day. Oh, look, the Discord came up as well. It's telling you to chat in there. And organise a time, I guess. Oh yeah, Sizzle's available. Yeah, Sizzle's literally is actually the first shiny I caught in the Indigo Disc. Literally, if we just have a quick look in here. It's literally the first one I caught. I already have one, but I wanted to get one as a Sizzle, that's why. Yeah, it's still trying to get it though. It's just annoying, and then you have to beat the terror. It's just easier if people trade it, or if you have the slow bro and do the trade items. I usually trade for them rather than just doing it. I mean, to be fair, Azuravi, if you look up on, I reckon Austin John has a video, because he always does videos for trading, like version exclusives. So what it might even be is you just type in like what usually is the 8-digit codes are like 2 4-digit codes of the Pokemon's numbers. So for example, for Cranados and Shieldon, the exclusive code that he puts up in the video, which everyone can work out anyway. So Cranados is 408 and Shieldon is 410. So the code would be 0408 or 0410. And if that didn't work, then the other way around. I think he usually puts it up a certain way in the video. But realistically, it's either way, and you'll get people who are looking specifically for those, and then you just hope that you've got the opposite one. And I imagine there are some for trade exclusives, but I just double check for that. Yeah, there you go. So I'm assuming there will be some for that. Just Austin John has got probably the best place, I think, for actually showcasing those codes. Rather, because obviously if it's a slow bro, it's a trade exclusive. So I don't know if you both trade a slow bro. Maybe you search a code on whatever slow bro's number is in 4 digits and then do it twice. Maybe try that. Obviously the Union Circle one is annoying. You'd have to trade specifically for a Palafin, which most people who were also looking for a Palafin obviously wouldn't be doing that. But there are just other options. Is my point. We're not gonna get Trick, are we? There you go. 4 seconds left. For God's sake, I really thought we'd get it this time. Now I have to do this hunt again. Oh, for crying out loud. Well, at least we got some today. I mean, it was that Smeargle. It took it away. Why on earth we got a random Smeargle? I don't know. Has it got a mark? No. Shiny nonetheless. We got our Voltorbs in our luxury balls as well. So it's not too bad. And of course we did get a shiny Chimchar. So I'm not going to complain too much. Yes, that is unfortunately where we are going to be ending today. Had a decent run. Got some nice shinies. But I do have other things to do. And I can't be going on for too late. Hold on, let me just check something. Yeah, it's annoying. My flatmate has gone out. He wishes he should go out earlier in the stream, because then I can turn my mic back up and you guys can hear me a lot better. Because down here it's a bit more quiet, whereas up here it's a lot louder. It's just because it picks up next door really loud. Like he was playing his TV, and it just kept coming through. So. No, I'm sorry, I have to go. I've got to speak to my mum, and so she called me. I said I'll be 20 minutes as well. Plus, it's usually where we end. But yeah, no, solid stream today. Only one addition to the shiny living decks, but as I said, 2 upgrades with the luxury balls for the Voltorbs and the Electrode. I'm not going to complain for Hisuian, because that you can't get it anywhere else, and we did it before the timer. I said I will be back on Thursday. We will be doing more Power World, which I said I'm really looking forward to. I genuinely debated doing it off stream, but with our understanding of the mechanics a lot more now, I think with the debate, with the farming and things like that, we can certainly do an improvement. So make sure you drop by for those, and that should be fun. And of course, I'll be doing Dynamax Adventures on Saturday. So yeah, if you want to message me at any point, make sure to check out the Discord. OG Astriel, thank you for the follow. I said I am pretty active in there. If you want to show if you're sitting cuties, your merch, your shinies, feel free to message in there. We're always pretty active and hoping to grow the community. I'm sorry, Piper. You joined at a very bad time, but I am ending right this second. So, yeah, sorry about that. But, yeah, as I said, I'll be doing Power World on Thursday, so make sure to drop by for those. And I'll also be doing Dynamax Adventures on Saturday. But for now, sorry, Piper. I know you just got here, but I am ending the stream. So, see you later, guys. I will see you hopefully on Thursday for Power World. So make sure you drop by for those. And join the Discord. Join the Discord. But, yeah, for now, see you later. Bye. And Legends EA, don't forget, we can talk about it more. Any theories, bring them to the Discord. I have lots to discuss about still, so. Alright. Bye-bye.